Hey guys, this is Adam with SeeYouLaterLeaner, and I'm here with our coach Farrihn. And today we're going to talk about what coaching actually is. And I think there's a lot of people that think they're getting coaching, and obviously they're getting a PDF plan. I saw this perfectly with a new client of mine who said, "Here's what my old coach sent me."
Mm-hmm.
And it was crazy because we know what goes behind our programs when we're customizing and typing in things and putting them into our app. This program came from a PDF with pictures of the exercises and the sets and reps on the pictures. It was like the most beautiful document I've ever seen.
Wow.
But I thought, that's definitely not custom because it would take a lot of time to make a document like that, unless maybe they had AI do it. But at the same time, I could tell that that was not a customized plan,
Ouch.
especially once I saw the drug protocol that was attached to it
No.
that just said like 1 milliliter of this and 1 milliliter of this, not even discussing the milligrams.
Wow.
So, yeah. And also a cycle that I would heavily never recommend a female do. So, yeah, especially in those dosages, it was like literally like if you wanted to transition sexes, which was not this client's goal, that would be the cycle you would do.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You see some really interesting things, don't you?
I do. I do. I think like, I haven't talked about it a lot, but I do see a lot of things in the industry and it's sad. It's really sad to see, I know Damien had talked about this on a podcast and I said, I bet we see similar things, maybe I need to be more open about what those things are so people can be more aware. And that's where my impact and, my life as a coach moving forward is as I run out of time, it's more and more important for me to have more impact before I leave this world to do whatever I'm called to do next, right?
Yeah.
So, but right now it's helping people in coaching and, just be a light in people's life. So, what is a coach? And, you know, I think one of the biggest things about being a coach is having that care. And that's one of the things that really attracted us to hire you. I've seen how you care about your clients. And me and Wiley, my other coach, he's very shy about, I'm afraid I don't have enough knowledge as you, Adam, to coach people. But I'm like, you're using me for knowledge to help your clients.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest thing you have is your ability to care for people more than I know anyone else will. And I know you and Wiley and all of our coaches check those boxes very well. And
Yeah.
I think that's one of the most important things to have as a coach. And we're seeing teams disappear because I think that people see that there's a lack of care,
Yes.
and if there's no care, there can be no trust. So
Yeah. Oh, so many good things in there.
I
First of
know,
all,
right?
thank you for that affirmation. That's exactly what attracted me to join your team, your and Sarah's team, is the human connection element. So many people, when they are looking for a coach, first of all, there's a difference between a trainer and a coach. A
Hmm.
trainer is going to give what you described perfectly in the very beginning of our talk. Here's your reps, here's your sets, here's your protocol, follow it.
Hmm.
That is hiring a trainer. And for some instances, that's great for people. I think a lot of people, when they actually reflect before they hire a professional, need to reflect a little bit about, I have a problem. How did I get here to this problem? And moving forward, when I hire a professional, is this professional going to help me not only solve my problem, but help me become a better version of myself in the process?
Hmm.
That is what a real coach does. And a lot of that is injecting a human connection into that whole experience. That's why I think people are so attracted to working with you. And I think what I deliver in my own coaching is that we really care.
Yeah.
And we care so much to a point to not only are we trying to coach that individual through their goal or their problem, but we are trying to instill a better mindset in that process, helping them believe in themselves, helping them see a better version of themselves, and helping them create something that you brought up in a beautiful post about your birthday and about aging and how beautiful it is creating a legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Not only a legacy with the people that you and I are personally coaching, but helping them create a legacy within their circle,
Mm-hmm.
helping people become better parents that create a legacy for their kids, helping them become better friends that support their friends and loved ones. That's real coaching.
Yeah.
That's what lights us up. That's what makes us and our team special.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right there.
Absolutely.
And that's why I love working with you. And I love that you're mentoring me and our coaches and our clients, is because that's you, dude. Like,
Yeah.
that's you.
Well, in social media, it gives me the ability to mentor people who aren't working with me, which has been great. And what was funny is I had written that post a year ago. I think I had
Really?
told you this. I'd written it a year ago, and my birthday had passed, and I didn't get to post it.
Yeah.
And it was funny because I had sent you that post, and I said, I'm kind of thinking about refraining from posting this just again one more year based on some events that had happened, because that post wasn't really about that specific event.
Yeah.
And what was cool is usually when you have a post that people might think is drama, they share it, right? So you start seeing like the arrow, or,
Yeah.
like sometimes shares can be a good thing. But what I noticed about that post, we had like 12 saves on it, which made me really happy, because that
Yeah.
means I impacted at least 12 people enough to say, I want to look back and read about that post. But,
Yeah.
one of the things we're talking about with coaching is lighting torches of
Mm-hmm.
people. And, you know, I think in this lifetime, we're guaranteed an eternal life without getting into a religious conversation,
Yeah.
because I want everyone to be true to who they are and what they do. And I want to be inclusive of everyone. I was born into Christianity, but I was also born in the United States, very open to what if I was born here? Would I be this,
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely have my own belief system, but I'm definitely a believer in everyone and what they believe, for as long as it's positive, right?
Yeah.
But I think this promise of eternal life can happen if you're the light into the world, right? And
Yeah.
if you light torches of people, me and Sarah don't have kids. It's so important for me to light torches, because that is my only hope for my eternal peace being on this earth, is lighting up someone's world, and maybe they pass that on to their kids, or maybe another fitness influencer.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a way that I can live through people forever, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully no one puts out someone's torch, and I think with AI these days, this is the most important work that I do moving forward. And that was like a really big concerning piece about my posts, is I think I have my hardest challenge yet
Yeah.
right now, because I'm going to fight for this hard,
Yeah.
really, really hard. Because I want to continue to work with clients on a personal level. I want to continue mentoring my coaches to be the best coaches in the world, and
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that we have a massive team full of Olympians. I think
No.
that's the Vegas, like, this is what a great coach is. No, that's not what a great coach is. I don't
No.
need 20 Olympians to prove that. My impact is what I do with each individual client. And that comes down to customization. And I think people are not as open to customization because it's harder to track. But you have to set up your systems that you're able to track customization.
Yeah. And
So
fit their lifestyle.
yeah, I have a lot of notes on my clients that they can't see. That's, you know, they're always like, your memory is great. Well, it is most of the time, but believe me,
There's a notes section.
yeah,
I
yeah.
have that too.
I have a photographic memory, and sometimes this camera runs out of film, and I lose the film.
Yeah.
But I take notes, and I can just think of a new example. Currently, right now, I'm working with a meal plan client, and I know this is really long, but I kind of want to explain how customization works and how maybe coaches watching this can implement this to their clients. You know, my notes are her meal plan, but I want to teach her about food and macros so she can explore eating out, having dinners. It's in her
Yes.
lifestyle. But the only thing this client knows is meal plans. And unfortunately, the only thing she knows is on plan, off plan. And when she's
Yeah.
off plan, it is not bad. But just the fact that she did something that was not on that meal plan spreadsheet
Yeah.
I sent her just feels like complete failure to her.
May I ask a question?
Yeah.
Did she have a coach prior to you?
She has, because she's competed before.
So that's an example right there of a coach is setting her up for dependence and you're teaching her independence. So
Exactly.
continue on, please.
And independence is scary for her. But just this weekend, she had friends in town. She ate small bites of things that she enjoyed, and she still lost weight.
Nice.
And that is such a freaking big win
Yeah.
because, you know, now she has learned, oh my gosh, I had au gratin potatoes, a small amount of them, and I still lost weight. Now, the important thing for me to tell her is, and this is going to tick a lot of people off, but not everyone can do that. I have people who have lost 80 pounds. They're at the end of their weight loss period, any small, you know, and I even told her we might not be able to get away with this for a while. You know, when you're 4 weeks out from a contest, or maybe
That's
even
different.
6 for you. But you have a genetically rich metabolism. I think sometimes these people who are a little bit more naturally fit than others struggle with that because they don't really get slapped on the back of the hand hard when they eat something. But sometimes, depending on what they've been taught, the slap is up here. And that's exactly what I saw with this client. And just teaching them, this is what I see. And this is, you know, how I feel about like who you are as a client and how I can mold you into something bigger than this, you know.
Yeah.
And it's been awesome. This is why I offer the daily Zoom calls. You know, this really gets me to know my clients on a one-on-one basis in an amount of clients that people probably wouldn't believe you're able to do that. But I know I work harder than anybody out there. I have no doubt about that. And yeah, I'm going to pour into my people that let that coach-client relationship happen, you know?
I love that. The coach-client relationship is not in a relationship level, like a like a romantic relationship, but a coach-client relationship is intimate. You are sharing a lot of emotions and a lot of thoughts that sometimes feel very vulnerable, and you're developing a level of trust with each other. And you're also allowing, like during those Zoom calls that you're talking about, you're opening up to letting your clients get to know you, and for you to get to know them more. And hearing things like that are not just a weekly check-in, like most of like a trainer or like a lower level coach would do. You don't get to learn the person behind that check-in. And so when somebody does something, like for example, your client ate a little off plan, you have to celebrate that win with her.
Yeah.
And you have to like stop her in that moment, remind her like, that's a big win.
Yeah.
Whereas if she just wrote that in a check-in and that's all you're talking to her about, you might not have known that that was as big of an event as it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when we create all these small wins, we celebrate with them. It goes back to that human connection, and like encouraging that belief in them
Yeah.
and letting them know like you're doing more than just this end goal that we talked about. You're doing more. It's these little tiny wins along the way.
Mm-hmm.
And getting to know somebody on a deeper level, the celebration's real.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it lights you up. Like we were talking earlier about a client of mine that did something, like it lights me up. Like, I'm holding the camera, videoing her, and I'm literally jumping up and down. Like it's not performative. Like I'm excited. You
Yeah.
give people like the belief to be better versions of themselves. Like I don't know what else lights you up more than that.
Right.
That's
Right.
so cool.
We should never stop building. And that's not just related to bodybuilding, but your coach should be able to do more than just macros. And that's really my
Yeah.
motto. Now, I have clients who definitely clock in and clock right out. Then that's fine. I still love working with those clients. But the most important thing is that they don't hold back on telling me something I should know.
Yeah.
And sometimes we see things, and I think this comes, later in our journey as coaching, that make us go, this person probably has a gut issue, or they're not being as consistent as I think they are.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, coaching truly needs to be dynamic. And it just makes me sad to hear these people paying coaches $500 a month, and they're literally tracking every tiny variable that doesn't make that big of a difference, that they'll
Yes.
never change. You've been at 15,000 steps for 5 years. For what reason,
Yeah.
And like, it's just funny to me. And then if they don't follow the plan, it's just follow the plan, just trust the process. But
Yeah.
what is the process? Can you tell me
Yes.
what the process is?
I think that's such an important thing to touch upon. I actually have a new client that I'm going to be signing up today. And during our conversation, which if you live in Vegas, I'm going to ask you out to coffee because I want to get to know you in person. I want to have that talk. And we opened up a lot that day. And even though her and I really connected well, I brought it up first, but then she shared that she was going to ask me after. She and I both agreed I wanted to connect her with clients of mine,
Mm-hmm.
for her to talk to these people about their experiences with me so far, or if they were already done with the programs. Getting to hear from somebody else about their experience, I think, is super important. And that is something that I wish I did with half the coaches that I've hired in my decade and a half career. Because if I had talked to one of their clients, they probably would have told me their red flags right away.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that the coaching experience is a lot bigger than people think it is.
Mm-hmm.
And it requires a little bit more, research and looking into.
Yeah.
Because if I had looked back at all of my coaching experience, I've had 6 coaches in my decade and a half. And one of those is you several times because I've always come back to you after. And most of the time it was just because you weren't in person with me, and I was looking for a bit more person connection, which is funny enough I never found.
Right.
It was always with you. But anyways, so I think that looking into coaching is a little bit more of a bigger process than people understand. It's not just about looking at somebody or coach's Instagram page and going, oh, look at the results. Look at all the results. Like I have come across some of the worst trainers and coaches that have the best looking Instagrams.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate that.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, that's what people see. They see that.
And they've like swung Reddit to favor them. They're writing their own reviews on themselves. Like
I have seen that many times.
Yeah. We kind of got into Reddit a couple weeks ago and we saw some things that were just like, this is a major red flag, but I can see if you don't know any better
Yeah.
that, it's a platform I would definitely use very cautiously.
Me
And
too.
I think the biggest thing is have conversations with people. Like, if you want to do a consult with me, like, we can. Um, I would say it's a red flag if a coach isn't willing to get on a phone call with you. Like, this is
Yes.
something that we do. And, like that should just be your red flag that the person's probably too busy to take you on anyhow. So we actually tried experiencing that with a setter and closer, and we found it was a huge miss
Yeah.
because then we had people who signed up who I didn't really get a chance to know. And I think out of the numbers, yes, a few people worked out great. But a lot of times I found out I ended up with clients that honestly were not a great fit for me.
Yeah.
Um, people who sign up thinking, like they see us together. Well, we've had lots of years to develop our coach client relationship and now coach coach
Yes.
relationship. Or people maybe saw one of my other clients and they've been with me 7 years. Like, you don't just jump in and start where me and Amanda have years ago. We earned that together. And
Mhm.
at the end of the day, what I develop with someone else is going to be different than what me and Amanda have. Like, I saw Amanda go through a stroke within the first year of working together with
Ooh.
me. And then she lost her husband. And like, we have been through a lot. And, it's just different. And I hope I never go through those things when I have clients. But,
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons that me and Amanda have bonded so much. So, like, everyone's connection with me is going to be like a little bit different just based on who they are, what we go through together, and how much it impacts them.
Yeah. And how you can help them through it.
Yeah. But it's not just my pros. Like, I think some people look and say, oh, like he, is very close to his pros, but I'm very close to like all of my clients for the
Thank
most part, as
you.
long as they give me the opportunity to. And I think that's what's really important. And we really create biscuits from scratch. We're not just DMing pros to get pros or get
Yes.
Olympians. We literally create the biscuits from scratch. And I think that a lot of times, unfortunately, for us, someone usually will get our clients on the back end of the journey.
Mhm.
And that's okay. That means my work's complete. And then I can bring someone else in who, needs that coddling to get to there. And, I think when you're doing deeper dive work, you can't just focus on, the few that are at the top. I
Yeah.
want to focus at the people who I can build bottom to top.
Yeah. Oftentimes, people that are operating at that higher of a level don't need as much of attention.
Yeah, is it a higher level though? That's what I
True.
look at.
Yeah.
And I think people see it as that way, but I'm more than just bodybuilding.
Thank
Like,
you.
I am a coach and I'm
You
a
are a
hell of a
coach.
bodybuilding coach, but I will always be more than just that. And
Yeah,
you know, it's finding your right fit,
it
and
is.
I think that it's wonderful to be human and humanize the process and also again not really have the Vegas goggles of there's the Lamborghini, there's the Hummer.
Yeah.
It- it's not like what's inside the Lamborghini and the Hummer,
Yeah.
and what are we doing to create and cultivate that? Like, do we really own it or are we just leasing it?
Yeah.
you know and that's what people, I think, looking for coaches really need to pay attention to. You may look at hiring someone that works with just Olympians, but you may not be ready for that.
Yeah.
They might not be able to even get the training wheels on you to get you to a regional win or anything like that. So
Yeah.
you need someone to help coach you and lay down the foundations. And I think that that's really important.
I love that because I see you often throughout the week because we live and we work at the same gym.
Yeah.
And I do want to say about exactly what you were talking about. I've never seen you treat people differently based on their status. like bodybuilding status or whatever status, right? It could
Yeah,
be
yeah.
like financial status, whatever. I've never seen you treat anybody differently. I think people get confused that like because somebody might be a pro or a national level competitor that you're going to give them more effort. That's never the case.
Right. Yeah.
I never know half the time when you have somebody from out of town visiting what they are
Yeah.
because you always treat them the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you and I are very much the same during our sessions. We're very much locked in with our person. We're not on our phones.
Right.
We're making sure we're delivering the best hour of training that we can for them because we care.
Right. Yeah.
And we just want to see them get better. It doesn't matter what level they're at. You never stop growing no matter what level you are.
Right.
You never stop growing.
Yeah.
So I love that, like, it doesn't matter where you're at. You're always going to give them the same effort. And then it goes back to the lighting the torches, right? Like, when somebody decides to move on from working with you, that means that they are feeling like they got the most and the best out of you.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as you're giving your 100%, like, I love how much wisdom you have about all that because it's not a personal thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not.
What we
personal.
do is transactional, unfortunately. But what I have learned, I used to not be so good about losing people. I know Sarah's going to laugh too. Our producer, who we need to have a camera on her as
Right.
well.
Shout out Sarah.
But,
Real MVP.
and she's had to deal with the emotional, toll of how I feel or used to feel when that stuff happened.
Yeah.
But, part of my journey in that as a coach was I had a time where I started holding back love and openness and giving people maybe my all. And man, did it suck to lose knowing you sucked. Right? I learned real quick when I lost a couple people close to me and I felt like I was protecting myself.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, it feels horrible to lose when you know you suck and you know you can do better.
When
So
you're not being yourself.
yeah, you had to be vulnerable. That's just who I am.
Yeah,
And
we're the same.
I mean, ultimately, we lose everyone we come in contact with in this world. Thank God we sometimes lose people when it's a choice versus when we can no longer speak to them again, right? You know,
agreed.
sometimes we try to create the death environment, right? Like we block them on Instagram. We don't do those things if you're really mature.
No.
Like death is the worst thing. So why do we try to create that environment? Now I understand protecting your peace. You might not be ready to see your ex-boyfriend move on to a girlfriend or something like that. But we generally should have love and the ability to want people to live their best life because I think all we know is what we live through in our lifetime and the things we would want to happen for us. We should want those things for other people. Even when sometimes people make it hard. And not saying that that's happened recently, but, there are times where people hurt us and, it's hard to wish them well. I've been lucky because recently I've had so much impact on my clients when they do choose to move on. They're thankful.
Yeah.
And that's amazing. That lets me know I'm dialed. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing,
You are doing everything you're supposed to be doing.
So
you got to put you've got to be yourself first of all. And I think you and I are a lot alike where we have a lot of love to give and we give that out openly and freely. And sometimes people hurt us and that's when reflecting comes back. And there's times where I reflect back and I go, oh, Farrihn, you're so naive or you're so dumb. And then I'm like, you know what? No, I'm not. Like, that's who I am. And I don't regret giving what I gave.
yeah.
Maybe that's what that person needed. And that's might be what they need more of I'm just too afraid to receive it at the time. And that's fine. That has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
And I just don't take it personal anymore.
We need to get hurt to grow.
We do.
Like when you fell off the bike, did you get back on?
Yeah, or when you hired a bad coach and then you realize that.
Yeah.
Did you get back on? Yes.
I have
you hired a new one.
I have a new friend in Las Vegas, JoJo, and I always feel bad because I get very minimal time to hang out with people.
Yeah.
And I warned him. I said, I'm gonna warn you. I'm a horrible friend. I don't get a lot of time to hang out.
Yeah.
But when I get to hang out, you will have me. But I met JoJo. He's a snake handler.
Uh-huh.
And we just hit it off from that. And he said something that was funny. We were here and he was handling one of my snakes. And he's like, this is going to sound weird, but he's like, I kind of want you to get bit. And he's like, you need to get bit because you will realize it's not that bad. And he's like, you just need to get bit and get it over with. So then you're not so afraid to get bit.
Okay.
I'm like, I think you're honestly probably right. I'm like, do you have any wild animals that can bite me so I could get over this? Because mine luckily seem pretty tame. But he just said there will be a time and place where, they're in shed or they're moody or they bite you, you know? So he's like, just be ready for it. And it's not as bad as you think it is.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's great coaching advice.
Being hurt, I know, in the weirdest way, right? So,
I like that.
Thank you guys for watching. I think this is a really amazing podcast. And
I agree.
if you guys are interested in coaching and not just generic PDF plans with CC protocols on them, or if you just want real coaching, contact Farrihn or I or any of our coaches, and we will see you later, Leaner.